Good afternoon and welcome to Watson Park for live coverage of Ware versus Enfield Town FC. This is Enfield's final pre-season friendly before next week the serious stuff begins as they make their bow in the Vanarama National League South. I'm Michael Lacquier and this is live coverage of Ware versus Enfield Town. First business of the afternoon, I shall run you through the Enfield 11. In goal, number 1, Reece Forster. Number 20, Mickey Parcell. 5, Joe Schnembard. 2, Bernie Tanner. 3, Joe Payne. 12, it's a very warm welcome to new signing Kanya Leshabella. 6, Ronaldo Krasniki. 8, John Oyenuga. 18, John Oyenuga, 8, Sam Youngs, 7, Ollie Knight, and 10, another new signing in Michael Falevi. The teams are out on the pitch and ready to go. Enfield, as ever, resplendent in all purple, and Ware are wearing white shirts with blue stripes, blue shorts and blue socks. Ware have not provided a team sheet for today, so you're going to have to bear with me with numbers only for the Ware players as Enfield kick off. And Youngs pumps the ball forward wide towards the left. It's gone out of play for an early throw-in to Enfield. Halfway inside the Ware half, Joe Payne readying himself for a long throw. There's already 3, 4, 5 Enfield bodies in the areas. Payne launches it deep into the area, falls, and its first clearance is effected by Ware up to halfway. Ware in possession, bring the ball up over halfway, but it's gone out of play just on halfway on the far side, so it will be a throw into Enfield Town, wide on the right. The throw is taken by Parcell, it's back with Nembard, he gives it back to Forster. Forster brings it outside his area, looks up, right-footed, launches it now, high towards the left flank. Knight gets ahead on it, first chance for Falevi, but it's taken away from him by a Ware defender. And Knight does well to win a throw out on this left-hand side, 5 yards inside the Ware half. Payne takes it, but a slight miscommunication with Leshabela, and the ball's gone out for a throw to Ware, out on the right. 2 minutes in, Ware 0, Enfield 0. Ware have not provided the team sheet for today, so I'll be using their shirt numbers instead, as Enfield organise at the back. Payne gets ahead on it, and it's going to be another throw-in just inside the Ware half to Ware, on their right. So number 2 will take. Launch down the line. A couple of Enfield players manage to clear it as far as Youngs. He turns well, just inside his own half, but the ball is nipped off him by the Ware number 2, the right back, who I think is Steph Giorgio. Josh Nembard launches the ball forward towards Falevi. And it's picked up in midfield by Knight. Krasniki gives it to Payne on the left, advancing towards the area. Payne, he's got support from Knight, wide left. Knight spins the ball into the area, Falevi's up! Oh, it's tipped over the bar. Falevi with a good first time header. It was a high header. It was too high for him to get over the ball and direct it low, but Falevi, it is pretty much his first touch in Enfield colours. It's a very good header directed towards goal, which the goalkeeper was able to tip over the bar, and it's gone out for the first corner of the game, which will be corner to Enfield. Corner swung into the area and claimed by the Ware goalkeeper without too much difficulty. One name amongst the Ware lineup who will be familiar to Enfield fans is Josh Okocha lining up within their defence, and Ware have indicated that whereas in previous pre-season friendlies they were very much trying out new players, trying out new systems, they've indicated that with their season starting next week, today is a chance for their first choice 11 to get a run at, as Krasniki plays the ball forward for Enfield, looking for Falevi. Picked up by Youngs, headed into Falevi inside the area, trying to feed it back to Youngs, but Ware able to smuggle it clear up to halfway. Now they come back into their right back position. Giorgio, Krasniki steals and went well to win the ball, but it's back with Ware on halfway on the right. They try and flick the ball up towards the Ware area. Tanner had to take a couple of attempts to make sure he got that clearance right, and it's gone out for Ware's first corner of the game, which will be on their left. Enfield have everyone back inside the area, and Ware have 5 men gathered just behind the penalty spot and another lurking on the edge of the area. The Ware players now making their runs as the ball is floated towards the back post, and Forster does well to gather. 2 corners, 2 very smart pieces of goalkeeping so far. The only attempt at goal so far has come from Enfield's new man, Michael Falevi. A looping header, which the goalkeeper tipped over, as Leshabella now and Krasniki exchange passes just in front of the centre-backs. Now Tanner, left side of the centre-backs, plays it up to halfway, and Joe Payne, Enfield. Right, Krasniki, first touch takes him forward, but not quite in the same wavelength as Youngs. Good idea, but the ball's passed through to Kotra at the back for Ware. And Ware now look to build on the right. Giorgio bringing it forward for them, over halfway. Launches a right-footed cross deep in towards the area. Forster well off his line, but does well to gather, and then overhead throws it out to Parcell. He feeds Leshabela. Now it's with Krasniki. Those two will be sitting in front of the back four, with Krasniki looking like he's got the licence to move further forward. Knight plays it back to Nembard. Looks like Parcell is right back. Nembard is right side to centre back. Nembard now launches it forward towards Oyenuga, who's given a tug to the ground pretty needlessly, and a free kick is conceded for no good reason at all by Ware. The ball was drifting out towards the touchline, and Oyenuga was yanked back by the collar into the ground, and as a result Ollie Knight stands over a free kick on the right hand side, level with the edge of the Ware penalty area. It will be Knight on his left foot. He's got 4 men to aim at in the centre. Krasniki's there, Nembard's there, as well as Falevi and Youngs at the back post. Ware station a 2-man wall just in front of the penalty area, and their left, the Enfield right. Cross is swung in, and again it's gathered by the goalkeeper. Not too much difficulty there for Fred Burbage. 3 seasons now at Ware for Burbage, and he bowls it out wide right to Giorgio. Giorgio comes up to halfway for Ware. Exchanges passes, looks up. Knight keeps him honest, and tucks it infield to the Ware number 7, who goes to ground, and a very soft free kick is given. The Ware number 7 appeared to flick the ball past his man and then take a pretty extravagant leap. Belly flopped to the ground, and the ref gave a free kick. And so it's a free kick slightly on the right of centre, about 45 yards from goal. It's going to be flicked. No, false run. Now it's flicked into the area, and it's come all the way through to the back post. It's pulled back, and Nembard smuggles it behind for a corner. The run at the back post by the Ware striker was completely unmarked. He had the freedom of the Enfield Town 6-yard box as he just crept in at the back post. He tried to pull the ball back. Nembard was on hand to shovel the ball behind the line, and as a result it's second Ware corner towards the penalty spot. Krasniki wins it, Knight completes the clearance and it's outside the area now. Swung back into the area and it's headed clear by Onuga, but still Ware in possession. Good closing by Fleavy though, and Ware hurried, but now they break forward on the right hand flank. Their number 4 cuts inside, approaches the area, then goes out wide to their number 7, the Ware number 7, cutting infield further. Now it's centrally 25 yards from goal and then spun wide to the Ware left, where the number 3 picks up the ball, goes inside, tries to deliver it into the area, but Krasniqi's first, gets ahead on it, falls to a Ware body. Ware retreating now towards the edge of the area. Youngs tries to get a foot in, but Ware back towards halfway and all the way back to the goalkeeper. So good press there, led by Youngs and Fleavy for Enfield Town. Ware look to build the long ball down the right, loud call of keeper from Rhys Forster, and it's allowed to sail through to him. He doesn't bother picking it up, he switches to his right foot, gives it to Nembard. He plays it forward to Krasniqi, back to Nembard on the right hand side of the Enfield back 4. Nembard and Parcell exchange passes. Nembard, another of the new summer signings, looks up, looks to switch the ball wide to the left, but it's not on the same wavelength as his newer teammates. Payne gesticulates, and Ware can build in their right back position. Youngs, Knight and Fleavy looking to affect the press. Fleavy giving chase as Ware build down their left now. Move it infield, and it might be a chance for Onuga to he's looking to steal in. The Ware defender went to ground and another free kick was given. One doesn't like to criticise a referee, but safe to say it's a relatively soft one. And Ware will have a free kick just on the left-hand corner of their own penalty area. It will be taken long. All 20 outfield players move towards that left-hand flank for Ware as it's launched long. Nembard goes up, gets ahead on it. Krasniqi looks to pick it up, gives it the agricultural one up towards halfway, and Knight plays it forward down the left towards Fleavy to give chase, but Okocha for Ware is able to see it out of play, and it will be a throw-in to Ware in their right back position, just a couple of yards in front of the corner flag. Ware 0, Enfield Town 0. Just over 10 minutes gone. There's a Ware sliced clearance will bring Enfield a throw in an attacking position. Joe Payne automatically marches into position. He'll launch this one. It's level with the edge of the Ware area out here on this left hand side. Payne keeps the perspiration on his brow a little wipe with his shirt sleeve and lines up the throw. 3 Enfield bodies on the 6-yard box, 3 more by the edge of the area, 4 more at the edge of the area as the throw comes in towards the 6-yard box, and again the goalkeeper claims it. Fred Burbage now launches the ball down towards the right hand flank for Ware, but it's not quite kept in. Payne takes his eye off the ball, and as it comes back down to earth out of play, it lands on his shoulder, catches him in the face, wakes him up a little bit, and he now prepares to take a throw just on halfway on this left hand side. Payne considered going behind him, now goes up the line. Youngs gets a strong head in it centrally. Onuga heads it on again, looking for Knight, but Ware able to clear. Nembard flicks it wide to Parcell, but his cheeky little touch is won instead by Ware, who can build down their left just inside halfway. Ware now cut in field. And number 4 spreads it out wide to their Ware right back, coming over halfway on the right, going forwards to the number 7. Ware still building down the left. Payne and Krasniqi in attention, but the Ware number 7 has skipped through both of them. Now shoots from range, a couple of deflections, and Forster is able to gather in the area. Ware number 7 there, dancing infield, dancing past Payne, dancing past Krasniqi, shot from about 20 yards on his left foot, but it caught at least 2 deflections and fell kindly for Forster in the Enfield net. And Enfield can build again now. Bernie Tanner, the left-sided centre-back today. He plays it forward with his left foot, looking for Fleavy. Koch is up there for Ware. Leshabella wins it for Enfield. Youngs hangs onto it tenaciously. Leshabella now with a bit of space to bring it forward onto his right foot. Thinks about a shot, goes out wide instead to Oyenuga. Oyenuga goes backwards. Back to Leshabella. New signing, a man who's got Premier League minutes under his belt. Leshabella, and who impressed mightily in the midweek defeat to Billericay when he was then a trialist. Now he's signed subject to international clearance. And Sam Youngs turns on halfway, feeds it forward to Felivi. Tries to wriggle his way past two Ware defenders, but Ware clear only as far as Leshabella again. Central midfield, Krasniki, those two forming the beginnings of a good partnership. The base of central midfield for Enfield as Parcell plays into the area. There's a bit of wrestling going on there. Poor Fleavy appeared to be in a headlock. Nothing given there, and Tanner effects a gentle shove on his man, then beats 4 different Ware players before he's dispossessed. And finally a free kick is given for a late challenge by Krasniki. Well, in the first place, I thought Felivi was a little unlucky there. He seemed to be in something of a headlock in the Ware penalty area. The ref waved that on. Tanner then gave a gentle shove to his man. The ref waved play on. Tanner then turned into a modern-day Pele. He beat 4 people before being dispossessed. Krasniki tried to pick up the scraps, conceded a free kick, and Ware now pumped the ball forward, straight down the middle. Tanner goes up, and it'll be left to Parcell to try and clear it up, and he just about gives it to Nembard. He hacks the ball clear over halfway, but there's no Enfield man in sight, and it's headed back by Ware to their goalkeeper, and it remains Enfield Town 0, Ware 0. 15 minutes in, as Ware now build from their left back position. Pressure coming in there from Oyenuga, and he's done really well because he's won a throw, beg your pardon. It was a throw out on the far side, the right, and Mickey Parcell will take for Enfield, halfway inside the Ware half. Is it backwards to Leshabella? Parcell again. Oyenuga can't quite pick it up. It's fallen to Krasniki, who shoots from range a good 25 yards out, and it's gone wide. About 5 yards wide of goalkeeper's left-hand post. And it will be a goal kick to Ware. Felivi receiving instructions to stay central. It's very much the focal point of the attack. Enfield, of course, having lost last season's leading goal scorer Marcus Wiley. He'll be making his League 2 debut today, if all goes well for Gillingham, so good luck to him as Ware pumped the goal kick forward. And it's picked up by a Ware man. A bit of hesitation there against the Enfield defence, but a flag has gone up against the Ware forward, the Ware number 10. A bit of hesitation there between Krasniki and I think Knight. No ill effects on that occasion as the flag went up and Reece Forster gathers the ball to take an indirect free kick from outside his own area. Nembard avails himself for a short, relatively short pass. Tanner in the other direction now receives it, comes under pressure, gives it back to Forster. Forster back inside his own penalty area and across to Nembard out on the right. The right of the two centre-backs today. Nembard as Tanner alongside him as the centre-back pair. Nembard's played it long forwards towards Oyenuga, but no joy for him, and it's gone out for a goal kick. A goal kick to Ware. Level 0-0 with Enfield Town in this final pre-season friendly before Enfield Town make their Vanarama League South debut next week. It's a game away to Torquay United. Leshabella now does well to hold up the ball, exchanges passes with Parcell, gives it to Nembard, and it's gone back to Reece Forster in the Enfield goal. Forster gives it to Nembard just outside the area. He goes to his right back, Mickey Parcell. 10 yards inside the Enfield half. Back to Nembard. Nembard on Parcell. Now back to Reece Forster. Enfield looking to go short and play backwards if necessary rather than just pump the ball long. But Forster now looks longer. Knight gives chase, but Giorgio for Ware is able to head back to Burbage in the Ware goal. And he bowls it out to his centre-back. Ware haven't provided a team sheet today, so there'll be a lot of shirt numbers, I'm afraid, for the Ware players today. And they have possession just outside the centre circle, inside their own half. It's gone back to their goalkeeper Burbage. Puts his foot in the ball, looks up. Felivi starts to apply press, so Burbage goes long over halfway, out to the left. The Ware left winger gets above Parcell, but it's fallen gently for Nembard. He finds Leshabella, always on sentry duty just in front of the back four. It's now with Bernie Tanner, forward to Joe Payne, up towards halfway. He's put under pressure. It's given back to Tanner, right on the touchline. Tanner plays it forward, Youngs looks to chase. And the Ware header goes straight to Knight. Neat footwork, beats two men, gives it back to Payne. Payne infield, Krasniki. Just inside the centre circle, inside Enfield's half. Oyenuga chips it back to Parcell. Leshabela. Nembard. Leshabela again. Collects on the half turn, gives it to Knight. Knight turns, faces up, gives it to Krasniki on his right, just inside the Ware half. Krasniki tries to force it forward, but it's deflected off a Ware man, and Ware are able to mop it up and give it back to Burbage in their goal. He thumps it forward over halfway. Parcell does well, uses his body strength to see it out, and it's a throw to Enfield Town, which Parcell himself takes immediately. Goes infield to Tanner, Bernie Tanner on his left foot. Short ball as ever, Leshabela is available. As ever to his right, Krasniki is available. Krasniki forward, looking for Felivi, who's dropped a little deeper, slightly on the right. Dinks a little clever little ball forward to Sam Youngs, who's made the dart to the byline. Youngs curls the ball back in, header goes clear, and a high foot from Felivi from Oyenuga, who wasn't to know that there was a Ware head arriving, and a free kick has been given to Ware inside their own area. It was a nice little flicked pass from Felivi though, outside of his right foot. Sam Youngs went on the charge on the inside right position, got to the byline, did really well, running towards the byline to chip a pulled back, dinked cross in towards the penalty area, in towards the 6-yard box. But the high foot from the Enfield player resulted in a Ware free kick. However, they've given it away, and now Knight is able to advance on the left, but Giorgio effects the tackle for Ware. He brings it forward now, and Leshabela is in again to make the challenge, and it's going to be a throw to Ware right on halfway on their right. Ware 0, Enfield Town 0, just past the 20-minute mark. Enfield manager Gavin McPherson does the ball boy duties as Ware now take the throw. Krasniki steals him well. 6'4" Krasniki looks to regain possession on halfway, but Ware able to pump the ball forward up the right-hand touchline, up towards the corner flag now. Tanner standing up his man, the Ware number 7, down by the Enfield Town corner flag. Number 7 for Ware, twisting and turning, looking to go outside of Tanner. Right-footed cross, goes into the area. Parcell comes across, manages to get a clear ball clear, but only as far as number 10 for Ware. It's clear to the edge of the area, the number 4 for Ware now. And the danger diminishes slightly, but Ware can still build on their left-hand flank. It's played forward, and Oyenuga will attempt to see the ball out, and does well. It's going to be a goal kick to Enfield after Oyenuga doubling up in the right-back position. Oyenuga today deployed as a right midfielder, but doubling up alongside Parcell to see the ball out, as Ware did manage to squeeze across into the area there. Parcell wasn't able to make the most effective clearance. It wasn't the most convincing, but it just about did the job. As Enfield now break on the left. Payne heads forward to Knight. Knight on the left of the area. Tries to get a cross in. It's blocked, and it's going to go behind for Enfield's second corner of the game. Good combination play there between Joe Payne and Ollie Knight, hoping to win that corner on the Enfield left. Enfield have Felivi right up on the goalkeeper on the goal line. 3 others on the edge of the area as the corner comes in. Youngs rises, the ball is stabbed towards goal and half cleared by Ware. Tanner will pick it up and head it towards Knight, who took the corner initially. He gives it to Payne. Payne lobs it back in towards the penalty area, and Nembard's still up there. It evades everyone, it bounces a second time, but the flag has gone up against possibly Felivi, possibly Nembard. It's going to be a free kick either way to Enfield to Ware inside their own penalty area. Good little spell of pressure there after the initial corner wasn't convincingly cleared. Payne then tossed the ball back into the area, but at that point the flag had gone up as Parcell does a bit of marshalling at the back to make sure the ball has a safe route through to Forster. And Parcell has it back now via Nembard as Enfield look to build again from the back. Enfield playing with a back four, two sitting in front of them. And Ware can now build on their right. Georgia coming forward for them, coming out wide to the number 7 for Ware. Stood up by Bernie Tanner again. Payne now standing up. Georgia, who manages to get the cross in. Parcell manages to get a head on it. It's not fully clear though. Where number 11 gets a couple of heads, and Oyenuga finally puts his foot under the ball, clears up towards halfway. Ware have to be careful there and have conceded a throw. Poor control from the Ware man, and Knight takes the throw quickly to Youngs. Manages to get it back to the tall, leggy Krasniki. Represented Albania under 17 and under 19 level. Ronaldo Krasniki. Signing was announced just yesterday, subject to international clearance. Sam Youngs now, bringing the ball up towards halfway. Leshabela, Youngs, back with Leshabela on halfway, on the right side of the pitch. Parcell, Krasniki, first time ball, and towards Oyenuga. He gives it back to Parcell. His touch is heavy. Ware able to steal it back inside their own half. Ware looking to switch it now towards their right. But meaty challenge from Payne wins it back. Does well. Little Cruyff turn, does really well. Gives it to Leshabela inside him. Sam Youngs, first time back to Leshabela. Leshabela looking to bring it forward. Looks left and right. Puts his foot on the ball. Gives the impression with a man with a lot of time in possession. Very comfortable in possession, Leshabela. It's now wide right with Parcell. Tries to exchange passes with Oyenuga, who's done really well to flick the ball past his man. Tries to volley the ball in towards the area, but Ware clear it. And it's gone out for a corner to Enfield. Enfield's third corner of the game, just past the 25-minute mark. Knight's trotted across to take it out on the Enfield right. Felivi again goes to take up a position right on the toes of the Ware goalkeepers. Knight swings it in, but it's cleared at the near post, and it's cleared over the swathe of trees at the far end, so he may need a new ball. Fair to say these are leafy surroundings here at Ware, at Wadson Park, as Joe Payne prepares to take what will doubtless be another long throw out on the Enfield right, level with the edge of the Ware penalty area. Payne leans on the fence, now hurls it in. Nembard rises, but it's a Ware head on it, and then Ware's number 11 completes the clearance. Oyenuga heads it back in, and Ware might now be able to counter-attack over halfway on their right. But Leshabela is back really well. He's won the ball back on halfway, and now he brings it forward. Bundled to the ground by two Ware players. And another impressive piece of play there from Leshabela. Carrying on where he left off in midweek. Did well firstly to win the ball back on halfway, then to turn and run with it, and he's won Enfield a free kick just right of centre, about 40 yards from goal, and Joe Payne is over it, and I suspect he fancies his chances from here. Payne on his left foot shoots, but it's into the wall, thumped into the wall, and in fact the Ware player is on his haunches holding his head after that, and now he's gone down and play will be stopped for him, because Joe Payne put his life and soul into that left-footed effort. 40 yards or not, he was going for goal. He doesn't look too repentant either as he discusses the afternoon's going on with his newest teammate Michael Felivi. It will be a drop ball to restart. Ware 0, Enfield 0. Enfield have come closest so far. An early header from Michael Felivi, his first touch as an Enfield player, being tipped over the bar. But otherwise it's been mainly Enfield possession. Krasniki effects a neat turn there, sends his man and then gives it back to Tanner inside the Enfield half. Knight, Krasniki, Leshabela. Twists and turns and gives it back to Nembard, still inside the Enfield half. Now it's over halfway and Oyenuga holds it up. It goes backwards again. Here's Bernie Tanner on his left foot, a bit of space and time. Gives it forward to Joe Payne on halfway on the left. Back to Tanner, left footed. Into Nembard. Enfield playing with a back four today. In contrast to the back three with which they've started some of their recent games. Eshabela holds it up well. Does really well there. Great upper body strength again, but now he's inside centre circle. Rolls his ball over the foot. Rolls his foot over the ball, gives it to Youngs. Youngs takes his eye off the ball. And Ware are able to try to effect a counter-attack. Crunching tackle from Nembard. Ref said that was absolutely fine. Nembard's rolling in from behind there. No problem for the ref, and Enfield's continue to knock the ball around again inside their own half. Inevitably it's Leshabela going forward to Oyenuga, who's cut in from his right-sided berth into the centre circle. Now it's with Krasniki looking to go long forwards towards Felivi, but goalkeeper Fred Burbage is there first to gather for Ware. He now rolls it out to the area. Former Enfield man Okocha rolls it on to George Ents, back with Okocha for Ware. He goes long up the line. Tanner lets it go, forces come all the way out of his area, and his header isn't a great one. It's cut out by the Ware number 7. The ball's drifted over towards the right-hand flank, and it's gone out to play for a goal kick. And Forster took his chances there. Does like to come well off his line. He does like to come outside his area. He tried coolly to head the ball over the advancing Ware forward and out to the left, but the ball hit the head of the Ware forward and almost created an issue. As Enfield can now build again from the back on the right. Mickey Parcell. Parcell goes forward and the referees play on when it looked like a potential foul on Oyenuga, and Ware tried to cut straight down the middle. Tanner covers though, and between Tanner, Nembard and Forster the danger is extinguished. Leshabela now skips on the ball, asks someone to show for him. Knight leaves it for Felivi, who does really well to hold it up on halfway. Felivi lays it back to Krasniki. Good play from the two Enfield new boys. And now Knight, left-hand corner of the area, looks to cut in field, but it took two Ware players. They did get the ball off him. And Ware now look to bring it up towards halfway. Parcell though dives in, and it's with Ware inside their own half on their right. Youngs looks to apply a press as Giorgio brings it forward for Ware. Goes forward to the Ware number 10, who gives it back to halfway. The Ware number 8 spreads it out left to the Ware right back, who's over halfway. The pace slows down just a notch as Ware look to switch the ball from left to right. Ware number 7, decent control, moves in field. Payne covers him. Gone out wide to the right now for Ware. Giorgio moves outside Knight, curls the ball in towards the area. Oh, just over the bar. I'd imagine that was intended as a cross. Didn't quite get enough, certainly didn't get enough whip on it for it to come back as a cross. It turned into a shot, went over Forster's head, might have scraped the bar on the way over. If it were a shot, it will go down as a shot off target officially. But a little warning sign there for Enfield, who've had most of the possession. As Enfield now build again on the left flank, Ollie Knight inside his own half. Payne's gone up ahead of him. Knight instead goes infield to Nembard. Unopposed, Nembard advances towards the centre circle. Gives it out wide to Parcell. Parcell back to Nembard. Krasniki, Leshabela and Youngs make themselves available. It's out wide to the left and Ollie Knight. Knight forward, Felivi's dropped deep, unable to hold it up. It's back with Ware. Krasniki though does well to get back and win possession. Krasniki now to Payne. Payne back to Krasniki on halfway. Right-footed, spreads the ball, looking for Parcell up wide on the right for Enfield. Parcell goes up. The ball's gone out of play and the throw is given to Ware. And this seems to be the pattern at the moment. Enfield having a lot of possession in and around halfway. But as has been the case in recent weeks in these pre-season friendlies, they've struggled really to find that incisive cutting edge that will just carve open an opposition defence. Of course, missing Marcus Wiley these days as well. Michael Falevi with big boots to fill at the head of the Enfield attack. As Ware win a throw on halfway. Good battling from Sam Youngs to close down the Ware player. It's gone out for a throw. 10 yards inside the Ware half on the right-hand flank. Giorgio will take it for Ware. Referee gives him a friendly nod to retreat 10 yards or so. He tried to steal a few yards there. And Giorgio takes that at face value and retreats a good 20 yards instead. Now throws it over halfway. Appeals for a foul, not given. Tanner heads up. Leshiabela goes up for it. Tanner again with a header. Payne tries to keep it in, does so. Ball still doesn't touch the floor. Nembard's up this time. And it's gone out for a throw in to Ware. Seems possibly a little inappropriate. I'm not entirely sure that the Ware head didn't make contact at the end, but it will be a Ware throw on halfway. And Leshiabela is penalised for a gentle shove. Where number 8 tumbled to the floor, and it's a free kick to Ware 10 yards inside the Enfield half on the right. 35 minutes gone. Ware 0, Enfield Town 0. Final pre-season friendly before 24-25 season begins in earnest next Saturday. Ware with men gathering on the edge, left-hand edge of the area as they take this free kick now towards that left-hand edge of the area. Oyenuga does well to rise first. Falevi gets up as well. Ware have it just outside the centre circle. Look to feed it right, but it's intercepted well by Payne. He looks up, rolls the ball forward. Oyenuga turns, controls and turns in one motion. Gives it wide to Knight. Knight on the left, first time cross, high into the area, but it's overhit. Only Falevi was central. He was stumbling and the ball's gone out to play for a goal kick. Good build-up though from Enfield. Payne and Knight and Oyenuga involved. Before Knight looked for a first time cross on his left foot. He was slightly off balance and the cross was overhit. Knight 1 year at the club now since his arrival from Met Police, where he was well known to the current Enfield management team. Burbage takes the goal kick over halfway. Tanner's up well. Leshiabela continues the headers. Levy tries to lay it back to Krasnicki, but Ware in there first. Now it's something for Forster to gather inside his own area, and does so well. Gives a loud shout to Tanner to leave it and bowls it out to Josh Nembard on the right. Nembard to Parcell. Back to Nembard. Krasnicki and Leshiabela as ever make themselves available. Back with Forster and Nembard again. Now Leshiabela, he's got a bit of space, turns, advances towards the centre circle, gives it to Sam Youngs, first time ball back to Nembard. Now Krasnicki takes a touch and gives it to Youngs. He controls and feeds it to Payne. Nice that from Enfield. Good first time pass from Payne to Knight. First time cross, and Falevi's there and he scored! Michael Falevi tucks the ball in, arriving at the far post from the deep cross from Ollie Knight. Lovely build up from Enfield. It went through midfield. It was fed out to Ollie Knight on the left. His left footed cross looped over the Ware goalkeeper, and Falevi on debut was on hand to poke the ball in. And 37 minutes in, it's Ware 0, Enfield Town 1. Michael Falevi. His first start for Enfield. Falevi's got plenty of step 2 experience, and indeed has Premier League minutes to his name, something no one will ever take away from him, on substitute appearance for Watford back in 2017. And now he's off and running for Enfield Town as Ware restart. Finally some good news for Enfield after What feels like 2 very long weeks of bad news, beginning with the departure of Marcus Wiley, followed up with 2 home-friendly defeats by a combined score of 7-0. But now, new signings embedded, one of whom has a goal to his name. It's Ware 0, Enfield Town 1, as Leshabela brings the ball over halfway. Forceful run this, purposeful, out wide to Parcell. Parcell looking to advance towards the Ware area. He's held up slightly. Back with Leshabela. Leshabela always neat and tidy in possession. Kresniki gives it wide to Parcell on the right. Parcell finds Oyenuga, using his body strength inside the area. Back to Parcell. Chipped ball into the area. Youngs is there on the header, but it's high and over the bar. Good build up on the right from Enfield. Leshabela helping as Parcell and Oyenuga combined on the right. Oyenuga, not the tallest, but stocky, and used that body strength well to hold up the ball, which was then dinked in towards Youngs, arriving in the 6-yard box, as he does, but he couldn't quite get over the ball, and his header looped gently up and over. And Ware prepared to take a goal kick. Youngs, on whom some of the goal scoring responsibility will fall this season with the departure of Wiley. Youngs himself had 23 league goals last season, 31 in all competitions, which is a great return from his position. As Ware look to build from the back. The ball is rolled out to their number 6, the centre back. Gives it back to Burbage in the Ware goal. No press from Enfield as Ware exchange passes. Now as it comes into midfield, Ollie Knight and Sam Youngs look to press, but Ware play it from right to left and bring it over halfway on their left flank. Ware in possession on halfway, looking to play it forwards, but well watched by Nembard, and now Tanner shrugs off the Ware man, gives it forward to Knight. Early ball to Krasniki. Nice 1 and 2 touch stuff. It's wide now to Falevi, approaching the Ware area. Falevi cutting onto his right foot, looking for options, goes back to Krasniki, still on the left. Infield to Leshabela. Leshabela dips his shoulder, and it's back on halfway. Nembard back with Leshabela. Very energetic. Wide to Oyenuga, who's covered for Parcell. Knight now left for Enfield Town on halfway, back to Tanner. Tanner. Infield to Nembard. Nembard to Krasniki. Back to Nembard. Enfield looking for options. Tanner now. Because it's Joe Payne wide left. Back to Tanner. Tanner. Knight's come short for him. Goes in field to Nembard. Youngs is appearing for him. But it's with Oyenuga and Parcell. Sam Youngs now bringing it forward up towards halfway. Sideways to Krasniki. Krasniki sideways to Tanner. Tanner. Payne's forwards inside the Ware half on the left. Goes back to Krasniki. Krasniki brings it over halfway and then goes wide right to Parcell. Parcell inside the Ware half. Exchanges passes with Oyenuga. Now looks to go forward for Leshabela, but the ball is cleared by Ware into the trees on the far side. Bounces back and it'll be a throw to Enfield Town. And Ware probably thought they've done the right thing there, clearing the immediate danger, but they haven't reckoned with a potential long throw from Joe Payne out on the right. And in fact, Parcell will leave it for Payne. He will, yep. Payne's going to take the long throw, and Enfield have 4 men inside the Ware area for a throw that's pretty much as good value as a corner from Joe Payne. Wide on the right for Enfield. 5 Enfield bodies inside the area now as Payne flings it in. It's towards Nembard at the near post. It's going to fall for Youngs, who tries the acrobatics, but Ware clear only as far as Leshabela, who lays it back. Tanner looks to drive it into the area, almost fell for Youngs, headed back in by Knight. Payne's still up there. Youngs tries to battle for it wide on the right, but Ware are able to clear up to halfway, where Nembard will receive it unchallenged. Exchanges passes with Oyenuga, now Parcell. Oyenuga covering for those of his colleagues who'd advanced for the set piece. His Knight collects possession now on the left. Looks for Payne up the line, but Ware getting there first, just outside the area, bring it forward. Good foot stuck out by Knight. Now Payne on the left, can advance towards the area. Still on his left foot, being shuffled towards the corner flag. Needs to backheel it in towards Knight. But Ware can play the ball neatly out of their own penalty area. They're calm and composed from Ware. Some one-touch passing up towards halfway, more one-touch passing. It's very slick from Ware as they come over halfway with their number 7. Their number 7 plays it infield. It's the Ware forward, number 10, is deflected wide and over the bar. It's a very incisive counter-attack from Ware. One-touch football out of their area, then over halfway, the pacey number 7 flying down the right wing. The shot, when it eventually came in from the Ware number 10, caught a deflection, went high and just over the bar, but it will be a Ware corner, their 3rd of the game. Where Enfield, everyone back in and around the areas. The corner is too deep for everyone, and it's going to float towards the opposite corner flag. It'll be kept in just about, but tough challenges on the far side, and all that's given is a throw as Leisha Baylor went flying into the challenge right on the far side, left his man in the heap. The referee nonchalantly awarded a throw to Ware, which they will now take in their left wing position. Thrown in towards their number 11 down by the corner flag, but Oyinug has done really well to win the goal kick for Enfield, and the referee blows for half time. And a more satisfactory half that for Enfield Town after the woes of recent weeks, or the woes of the last 8 days, I should say, in which they've lost 4-0 at home to Billericay, followed by a 3-0 defeat at home to Hendon. A 1-0 lead at half time is pretty welcome respite for this Enfield Town team, and they've been good value for the lead as they trot off now. The goal scored by Michael Falevi on debut, after he managed to poke in at the far post from Ollie Knight's left-footed cross on the left. Debut goal for Falevi. Debuts also today for Inaldo Krasniki, number 6, who's played an all-action role in midfield. He started fairly deep in midfield alongside Kanya Leshabela, but Krasniki's been quite happy to advance forward, and the idea seems to be, particularly with Enfield playing a back four, that between them Krasniki and Leshabela will form a bit of a defensive screen in front of that back four. Mickey Parcells being wide on the right, Nembard and Tanner the centre backs, and Joe Payne wide on the left. Further forward we've had Ollie Knight on the left, he's got 1 assist to his name. John Oyenuga wide on the right, with Youngs supporting debutant Michael Falevi. So it's half time. It's Ware 0, Enfield Town 1. Ware, like Enfield, reached the playoffs in their division last year, but went out at the semi-final stage with a 2-1 defeat to the eventually promoted Bedford, Ware plying their trade in the Southern League Division 1 Central. And they will start their season next week with a home game here at Wadson Park against Tame, who finished 18th in Southern League Division 1 Central last season, only 1 place above the relegation zone. Enfield themselves start their first ever season in the Vanarama League South with a potentially daunting trip to Torquay United. Torquay finished 18th officially last season, but that included a points deduction, without which they would have finished 11th. So that perhaps gives a slightly better indication of their standards in the Vanarama League South. Torquay finished with 19 wins, 7 draws and 20 defeats. So very much a mid-table sort of outfit for the Vanarama League South. Goal difference of -3. That will be Enfield's first game, a trip to Torquay next Saturday. That will be followed on Saturday, August the 17th by Enfield's first home game in the Vanarama League South, and that will be at home to Weston-super-Mare. Weston-super-Mare, who finished 13th last season, 17 wins, 8 draws and 21 defeats, and a goal difference of -8. A potentially dubious omen for Enfield, as that Weston-super-Mare were amongst the joint biggest away winners in the Vanarama League South last season, notching up a 6-2 win way back in August last year, away to Bath. So not to be underestimated in Enfield Town's first home game of the season. If there's a slightly better omen for Enfield, it's that their first opponents, Torquay, held the record for the joint biggest home defeat last season, losing 4-0 at home to St Albans in February. So far from invincible at home, I think it's fair to say, about Enfield's first hosts. So Enfield, as I say, begin with a trip to Torquay on August the 10th, then at home to Weston-super-Mare on Saturday, August the 17th. That game you can hear here live on this website. That will be followed by another home game on Tuesday, August the 20th against Slough. Slough, another mid-table team, they finished 10th. And in fact, of the first 7 fixtures Enfield have going through to 3rd of September, the first 7 home fixtures are all against teams that finished between 10th and 20th in the Vanarama League South last season. So yet to play, well, in the opening month or so of fixtures, they won't have to play any of the biggest hitters in the division. There's a game against Maidstone United, who finished 4th last season. That comes up on Saturday the 7th of September, but until then it's teams who finish between 10th and 20th in the league. So a relatively gentle start, one might say, for Enfield Town, although doubtless these will be tough old fixtures, tough nuts to crack. Some other notable dates for the diary, looking down the Enfield Town fixture list. Boxing Day will be a home match against Boreham Wood, who were relegated into the Vanarama League South. New Year's Day is an away match, a trip to St Albans City. St Albans City, who finished 11th last season. Enfield's first home game of 2025, of the new year, will be on Saturday the January the 4th against Chelmsford City. And Enfield will wrap up the season on Saturday, April the 26th, at home to Worthing. Worthing, who finished 3rd last year, so potentially a tough threat posed by them in that final game of the season. And Enfield's fixtures so far, results I should say so far this season. They've had 6 friendlies before today. They started with the now traditional curtain raiser at home to the Spurs under-21s. That was quite literally a game of 2 halves, as Enfield made 11 changes at half-time. Enfield trailed 2-0 at half-time. That deficit was extended to 3-0 into the second half before Enfield came back and finished eventually losing 3-2. Goals from the now departed Michael Swiley and the new signing Billy Leonard, who's currently on the treatment table. So 3-2 defeat for Enfield first up, followed 3 days later by a 2-1 victory against the Arsenal under-21s, in which Wiley again was on target and a trialist scored the other goal. And Gavin McPherson, Enfield Town manager, had indicated that for those 2 games in particular he wanted to use as a test of how Enfield might fare out of possession, with an eye on their step up to the Vanarama National League South, with an eye on games in which they wouldn't necessarily have things all their own way. He wanted to give Enfield, he explicitly indicated he wanted Enfield to have a bit of a test out of possession. And that they received in those two games. Both Spurs and Arsenal under 21s very evidently looked to build in possession, full-backs tucking into central midfield, all that sort of thing that we've seen in the Premier League. So having lost first up to Spurs 3-2 and beaten Arsenal under 21s 2-1, Enfield then travelled to Welwyn Garden City and won there 2-1. Goals from Mickey Parcell and Rhys Beckles-Richards. Enfield then had a trip to Hayes and Yerding, which was also won, this time 3-1. All three scorers were trialists. They then followed the news of Marcus Wiley's departure to Gillingham. And that was followed last weekend by the home defeat to Hendon. 3-0 at home to Hendon. A match in which Gavin McPherson did acknowledge that Enfield did actually have the better of some of those incidental stats that you see in terms of possession, shots on target, etc. But nevertheless, a 3-0 defeat was a pretty tough pill to swallow, and Gavin McPherson didn't mince his words in a midweek interview. There's an interview you can catch on the Enfield Town FC YouTube page with Gavin, in which, while he acknowledged that the club has had injuries and illnesses and various other absences, he didn't make any excuses for the two defeats, the 3-0 defeats at home to Hendon last Saturday, and then the 4-0 defeat at home to Billericay on Tuesday. Not good enough was his take on those two defeats. It's a good interview, I recommend it, on the Enfield Town YouTube page. Interview with the Enfield manager, who, although he didn't make excuses, did concede right at the end of that interview that this has been the toughest pre-season he's experienced, and that's saying something. There have been a whole raft of injuries, illnesses, absences, departures, but there have also been a raft of new faces as well. Amongst the new Enfield signings, Jack Smith has mentioned one of the absentees. Jack Smith arrived from Dartford but had an operation on his appendix, so we wish him well. Currently absent. Billy Leonard went down, I think, against Welwyn in the pre-season friendly with a knee injury, so again we wish him well. Another of the new signings, who's arrived from Hendon, where he was both the player and supporters player of the year last season. Other new signings include Alex Solomon, came through the ranks at Crystal Palace. He's been on the books of Leyton Orient and Leicester, plenty of step 2 experience, now in his second spell at Enfield. Nano Rusu's another of the new signings. Not involved today, not on the bench either. And then of those we've seen in action so far today, we've included Josh Nembard, plenty of step 2 experience under his belt, including with Dartford. He, like Jack Smith, arrived from Dartford this summer. And then 4 more new faces in the lineup today. Naldo Krasniki, Kanya Leshabela, Michael Felivi and John Oyenuga. John Oyenuga officially unveiled yesterday as an Enfield player, although he has featured in 2 friendlies so far this season. And we are 5 minutes away from the second half. Still, we await the return of the players. 7 Enfield substitutes out on the pitch warming up. Amongst them, Rhys Beckles-Richards, Dylan Ajihersi, Ersin Alves. At least 2 trialists I can see as well. Yeah, Enfield have 2 trialists on their bench today. Substitutes bench for Enfield reads Scott Thomas, who's just down below us near the dugout, swinging his legs, deep in conversation with the backroom staff. And Ersin Alves, Lewis Taff, who's disappeared from sight temporarily. I think I can see him putting on his boots on the bench. Rhys Beckles-Richards, Ersin Alves, and 2 trialists completes the complement of outfield players. The Ware players are now re-emerging, so play ought shortly to recommence. Ware 0, Enfield Town 1, and looking at the substitutes, it looks to me like Scott Thomas might be about to emerge. He's the one Enfield Town substitute with training top off and a playing shirt on, wearing number 4. Good to see him back. He's missed the last couple of games. In his absence, Mickey Parcell's been captain. Dylan Ajihersi walks straight into the middle of his little warm-up. Good to see Ajihersi now without his face mask. But Ajihersi's not going to be an imminent arrival by the look of it. Either he, Ersin Alves, Beckles-Richards or Taff are in their playing shirts. And the Enfield Town players are making their way back out into the pitch. Joe Payne, Felivi, Krasniki, Knight, Tanner, Nembard, Youngs, Parcell, Oyenuga and Reece Forster at the rear. The referee and his 2 assistants have also emerged. Very much looking the part, all in black. And with the reassuring black boots as well that you rarely see these days apart from on referees. Enfield Town, all in purple. Shirts, shorts and socks. It's a cloudy day, it's mild but cloudy. Shirt sleeve weather, but no sunshine. Quite humid. There was some squally showers earlier today, about 11 o'clock in the morning, but humid and about 20 degrees now as the players are back out on the pitch. The one Enfield change does see Scott Thomas on. Just trying to an eye on who he's replacing. You still see Youngs, Knight, Krasniki. It looks like Leishabela might be the man who's been replaced. See if I can confirm that. It looks like Leishabela's off and Scott Thomas is on. Yeah, I had that confirmed. Just the one change for Enfield at half time. Potentially several more to come. And it will be Ware to kick us off for the start of the second half. The referee signals that he is content to his assistants and play resumes with Ware now kicking from right to left as I look in amongst the Enfield Town fans here. In a very spick and span stand here at Ware as Parcell steals into in possession on halfway. Krasniki does well, holds off 2 players, brings the ball forward, tries to dink it infield to Youngs. Miscommunication and Ware now have the ball, but Scott Thomas's first involvement is to steal possession back in the centre circle, and it's back with Joe Payne, left back position for Enfield. Now Nembard gives out wide right to Parcell, back to Nembard, closed down. Nembard plays it long. Looking for Oyenuga to chase into the area. Can Oyenuga get there first? No, the goalkeeper gets there just on the edge of the area and gathers, and he rolls it out, and a very pacey start to the game continues with Parcell conceding a free kick, and there's the first break in play. But it's been an absolutely frantic opening 60 seconds or so to this second half. Ware will now have a free kick 5 yards inside their own half on their left flank. Oyenuga stands it up. It's lofted in towards the edge of the area. Nembard's up first, but Ware number 9 can collect possession now. The number 11 on his right foot, edging towards the edge of the D, but well intercepted by Parcell, who'd come across to the centre to tackle. Knight now goes long, looking for Levy, but that's too close to the centre backs, and Ware bring it forward over halfway on the right. Ware moving infield. Krasniki stands up his man. Ware switch it wide to the left, and they're number 12. Slightly loose first touch, but he's got it under control. Moves forward up the left-hand touchline for Ware. Now back into their own half. Good pressure from Parcell and then from Falevi, and Ware are forced to go all the way back to their goalkeeper. He plays it out of the air, exchanges passes with the centre-back, and under pressure from Falevi, it's back with the Ware goalkeeper Burbage. Now, Ware look to build from the back through midfield. Knight applying the press. Ware over halfway on the right. Youngs comes across to press on halfway. Ware still in possession. Come in field now, they're number 7. Gives it back out to Giorgio, they're number 2. And it's charged down by Krasniki, the giant Krasniki at 6'4". And the ball will find its way back to Burbage in the Ware goal. And the Kocher ex of Enfield for Ware. Ware 0, Enfield Town 1. 2 minutes into the second half. Ware in possession deep inside their own half, looking to build from the back with short passes. Now wide on their left, up to halfway. Oyenuga stands up his man. Ware looks to send the ball into the penalty area, forced to come all the way out, but the flag has gone up. Very hectic start to this second half. Both sides playing high-octane football. Krasniki now slows it down slightly, gives it to Tanner. Left-sided centre-back for Enfield. To his partner Nembard. Nembard forward to Scott Thomas, the base of midfield. Parcell back to Thomas. And back infield to Nembard. No way through on the right, so Enfield look to the left. Bernie Tanner plays a long ball forward, looking for Joe Payne, bit optimistic that, and it's headed back by Giorgio for Ware, back to his goalkeeper, who collects inside his penalty area, and Ware will now take their turn to try to build from the back. On their right, played up the line, Parcell applying a press. Scott Thomas joins him, and between the two of them they win possession well. Thomas trying to hold the ball up, manages to shovel it back to Nembard. Nembard forward to Knight inside the centre circle in the Ware half. Knight back to Payne on halfway. Krasniki takes a touch, now looks out wide right. Oyenuga leaves it for Parcell. Parcell, lovely ball infield to Youngs, edge of the area. Youngs, he's tackled on the edge of the area just as he looked to find space for the shot. Ball's played forward, but Tanner reads it well, steps forward. His touch is heavy though, and Ware have possession. Nice little flick from their number 7, and it's through to their number 2, Giorgio. Ware on the right-hand side of the penalty area, going towards the byline, slid into the 6-yard box, laid back to number 11, and a shot is blocked by Parcell well on the 6-yard box. Enfield looked to play the ball clear and have won a throw on the right-hand side, but it was a break on the Ware right, the Enfield left, and it took Ware all the way deep into the Enfield penalty area, right to the byline. The ball was pulled back, and when a cross eventually came, it was blocked by Parcell, who'd come across into the penalty area, into the 6-yard box to make the block. Ware now build inside their own half. Oyenuga, late challenge, but play goes on. It's out with the Ware left back, halfway inside his own half, plays it long up the line. Chase for Parcell, back towards his own goal, back towards the Enfield Town corner flag. And the Enfield Town right back position is Ware. Play it back outside the edge of the area, they're number 9. Left-hand corner of the area, chips it forward into the area, but Forster claims comfortably, a nice loud shout. Slows play down. Lets everyone take a breath and rolls it out to Krasniki, just outside the 6-yard box. Krasniki looks young, but his long ball is charged down. He's going to have to try to mop that up, and Ware have possession in a dangerous position here, just outside the penalty area. Ware man goes down, advantage is played, the number 4 for Ware. plays it out wide, where perhaps might have preferred a free kick, but Ware now have the ball wide on the right. Cross is fired in towards the near post, and Forster gathers. It was allowed to bounce, but he gathered inside the 6-yard box. Did well, didn't spill it as it was bouncing. Ware a little unhappy that they didn't get the free kick, but the advantage was played. They recycled it down the right and delivered the cross. And Forster now dribble the ball outside his own penalty area and play it deep into Ware territory, where Warehead meets it. Felivi tries to get ahead onto it, but the Ware defence can break free up towards halfway. They're tricky number 7. Both sides claim the throw, but it's given to Ware, to the incredulity of the nearby Enfield players. And Ware have it back inside their own half under minimal pressure in the left back position now. Oyenuga comes to apply a gentle press. When the Ware centre backs have the ball, the Enfield Town forwards are content to let them have it. But now when their full-backs are in possession, Oyenuga pushes up to apply the press. It's back with their centre backs, so again they have space and time on the ball. Youngs allows it, Ware centre back to fire a long ball. And it's a smart policy because possession has been conceded by Ware through that long ball. And between Payne, Parcell and Felivi, and then Knight and Krasniki, it's forward on the left for Enfield. Krasniki attempts to slide it in to Knight, but Ware intercept and bring it forward over halfway on the right. Cutting in field now, played forward, first time ball from 19, number 11 for Ware, he's into the area, shoots on his right foot, over the bar. It's a let off for Enfield. Conceded possession on halfway. And from there, Ware did not look back. A nice little one-touch move, got their number 11 into the area. He was able to take several touches on his right foot. Shot from close range, only about 8 yards out, but got right under it and shot high and wide off Rhys Forster's near post. There's a slight stoppage because Krasniki's boot has come off. So he seems to have taken a knock on his foot. He's now removing his sock as well on his left foot. Doesn't look too happy about life. He it was who lost possession on halfway, but in that little skirmish that ensued, he may have picked up whatever injury it is that's now being attended to. The Ware players have taken the opportunity to trudge over to the near touchline for an unscheduled drinks break. 8 minutes in. In their defence, the sun has just about emerged. There are shadows on the pitch. And it is a humid day. Cloudy rather than overcast. Enfield players similarly rehydrating. Parcell, Youngs and Oyenuga having a little conflab on this near touchline. But only those 3. Several of the other Enfield players still out on the pitch. Parcell gives a smile and a wave to the Enfield travelling support. Very creditable Enfield travelling support, it has to be said. Really strong turnout from the Enfield faithful. Oyenuga has been removed to the side of the pitch to continue his treatment, so Enfield, I think, are temporarily down to 10. No substitution just yet. Krasniki continues to receive treatment behind the Ware goal. Ware will take the goal kick, and Enfield are down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Goal kick taken up towards Knight, but he can't win it, and Ware bring it over halfway. Tanner's going to have to deal with this as the ball rolls into his area. He's trying to let it go for a goal kick, and he's done really well to shepherd the ball all the way out. He looked to receive that ball outside his own penalty area, and he managed to use his body strength to chaperone it all the way back over the line for a goal kick. Forster now plays it long towards the Enfield left, looking for Knight. Knight gets a first time head on it, looking for Felivi. The ball is out of play. And the secondary ball is being summoned in order to restart play. Krasniki is walking gingerly towards the corner flag. He's still not back on the pitch yet. He doesn't exactly look a picture of health, but nor is he limping heavily. Charging now around the corner flag, looking like he might re-emerge back onto the pitch, but meantime Enfield have taken their throw in, wide on the left. Payne exchanges passes with Youngs, now looks for Knight down the line. Knight, but Giorgio does well, the Ware right back. Looks to thread the ball forward, Ware, Youngs intercepts. Bit of a scrap inside the Ware half, but Ware emerge with possession. Inch forward now in the nippy little number 7 for Ware. Brings the ball over halfway, moving from right into the centre now, goes out wide left to the number 11 for Ware. He shoots towards goal and Forster gets the hand to tap it around for a corner. It was the Ware number 7, as it always seems to be when Ware break. Ware gaining their first corner of the second half, their 4th in total. But the Ware number 7 broke over halfway from the right. Moved centrally, then fed the Ware number 11. And he shot from the left-hand corner of the area towards Forster's near post. Forster took no chances, got a palm to it to turn it behind for a corner, which Ware will now take on their left-hand side. It's headed clear at the near post by Oyenuga. Ware just about managed to regain possession outside the area. It's chipped back to the left-hand flank for them. They're number 11 again. Oyenuga stands him up. Tries to go down the line, but Oyenuga's done well to shield the ball out for a goal kick. Really good strength there again. As I mentioned in the first half, not the tallest Oyenuga, but stocky. And he used his frame there to shield possession. Chaperoning the ball out 10 yards, out of play for a goal kick that Reece Forster will take. Everyone's gone up the pitch apart from Nembard, who receives the ball short now, gives it back to Forster inside his own area. Forster goes long, looking towards the left and Knight. It's a Ware head on it. Knight jumps. Giorgio for Ware. Launches the ball up into the atmosphere. Krasniki can't quite bring it down. It's that Ware number 7 again. Picked it up well, but Tanner came across to concede the throw. Snubbing the danger out its source there. But Ware can build on their right-hand flank, halfway inside the Enfield Town half. Cross is whipped in low towards the area. Nembard dived in bravely low, and Krasniki completes the clearance, and it will go out for another Ware throw. Identical position halfway inside the Enfield Town half. On the Ware right, it's thrown short. Krasniki and Tanner between them managed to smuggle the ball clear. Scott Thomas plays it out wide to Parcell. Back inside to Thomas, first time ball to Oyenuga. Back to Parcell. He's forced back to Nembard, who takes a touch to control, then goes long up the line. Too long for Youngs there. And as has been pointed out to me, we have a bit of activity on the Enfield bench. It looks like substitutes may be imminent. 15 minutes into the second half. As Ware build down their right-hand flank. Giorgio driving towards the area, low ball into the area. Deep cross. Ooh, the shot's just wide. This guy's shot in the number 7, an absolute box of tricks, that man. He let the ball roll under his right foot and then shot with his left. It was a lovely little shoulder dip that almost caught out Forster. And although the shot wasn't too powerful, it rolled not far wide of the post. Forster was scrambling. But it remains, after an hour, almost an hour, Ware 0, Enfield Town 1. First half goal from Michael Felivi. Just to remind you, Ware didn't provide a team sheet, so I'm using numbers for the majority of their players. As the goal kick is launched by Forster and collected by Knight wide on the left for Enfield. Knight forced into retreat towards his own halfway line, and Krasniki tidies up, gives it to Young, launches a first time ball deep towards the far post, but it's too deep and it's gone out for a goal kick. Youngs and Oyenuga had been arriving at the back post. Gerson Alves is about to arrive. And Krasniki, who did go down injured 5 minutes ago, he's coming off. Good shift from Krasniki on his Enfield debut. Ware also making a substitution. Their number 19 has gone off and their number 17 has come on. But for Enfield, Hurst Alves enters the frame, wearing number 16 today. He's taken up a position pretty much where Krasniki was, deep in centre midfield, alongside Smith. As Ware looked to build on the right. It's a throw into Enfield, on the Enfield right. Oh, late challenge on Parcell, he's gone down. And I think a foul throw's been given. Either way, it's certainly going to be a Ware ball. Confusion as much amongst the fans as amongst the players, but it's a Ware throw. It did seem to be a really late challenge on Parcell, left him in a heap, but he's picked himself up mercifully as Ware take the throw now down their left flank into the Enfield half. It's out by the centre circle now. Knight challenges. The Ware number 9 goes out wide to the Ware number 7. He collects the ball wide on the right for Ware. He's up against Payne. He's beaten Payne. He's up against Alves. He's beaten Alves. Goes back to the number 9 for Ware, outside the edge of the area. Cuts into his right foot. Now lays it back to the Ware number 4. Ware number 4 rolls it infield to the Ware number 17, the substitute, newly entered. He goes back outside the area to the Ware number 4, still on the right for Ware. Chips back infield into the penalty area to the number 4. For Ware, dinked ball into the number 17, he shoots. Forster comes out to make a save. It was really nice football. It's gone out for a corner. Good possession football there from Ware. Lots of movement off the ball. They were patient but ultimately incisive. And then when their number 17, the substitute, got into the area, Forster was alert. He came rushing out, smothered the danger, and the ball rebounded behind for Ware's 5th corner off the game. It'll be a Ware corner on their right. 2 hands go up from the corner taker. It's swung into the penalty spot. Forster comes, doesn't quite claim for it clearly. It's dropped for the number 4 on the edge of the area. He shoots high and over the bar and over the fence behind the net as well. The ball is swallowed up by the massive bank of trees behind the goal. Potentially never to be seen again, and a new ball is rolled out for Rhys Forster to restart the game. Forster came for that. He and Nembard both went up for that corner. Forster got hands on it but couldn't quite catch or punch convincingly. And now Enfield's short play routine from the goal kick has backfired because Ware are in possession just outside the Enfield area on the Ware right. The number 4, very much a string puller. He goes out wide to the number 7 for Ware, back infield to the number 4. Number 7 again, to remind you, Ware didn't provide us with team sheets, so no knowing specifically who's who amongst their number today. And the Ware attack has broken down. An overhit pass leads to a goal kick for Enfield Town. Goal kick to be taken by Rhys Forster. Enfield bodies trudge up the pitch, so having attempted to play short and run into trouble a moment ago, Enfield will cut their losses and go long with this goal kick. Oyenuga, Youngs, Fleavy, Knight wait along the forward line as the ball goes in towards Young, who gets a good flick onto it. Oyenuga tries to tap it on to Fleavy. Ware player defends down by the corner flag, right at the far side, and it came off an Enfield body, Enfield shins, and it's going to be a Ware throw just a couple of yards north of their corner flag in their right back position. Enfield substitutes now off the bench and warming up. Taff, Adji Hersey, Beckles Richards and a trialist all trotting up and down the line as Ware prepare to take a throw in their right back position, 5 yards in from the corner flag. It's taken long up the line towards halfway. Parcell heads it forward towards the area. Levy can't quite bring it under his spell. Knight gets there first, tries a first time shot, but it's over the bar. Knight at full stretch there, just on the edge of the D, about 20 yards out. Struck it first time, always reaching for it, couldn't quite get it under control. And it kept the goalkeeper honest, I suppose, as Ware now build with short passes from the back. Youngs and Knight apply the press. Ware build in the right back position. The tricky number 7 is bundled over by Joe Payne. The first Peter's innocence, and secondly shows a little soupçon of contrition. Bends over to his man, extends a hand of friendship, which is ignored by the Ware player, who still is on the floor. looking suitably aggrieved, gingerly picking himself up now. Enfield trot back into position, Nembard and Herson Alves involved in deep dialogue on the halfway line. Play will now restart. The number 7's picked himself up. There'll be a free kick to Ware inside their own half. It's switched from left out towards the right. Slightly loose play from Ware though, and they conceded a throw on halfway. Parcell will take, wide on the right for Enfield. Parcell into Scott Thomas. Ricky Parcell again. Back with Scott Thomas. Now Bernie Tanner, infield. Left-sided centre-back. Out wide to Joe Payne. He plays it forward down the line, neat ball to Knight, first time cross in towards Youngs, who rises, tries to get a second touch and the keeper gathers. Nice build-up play, good linking between Payne and Knight on the left, first time cross from Knight, doesn't mess around with his delivery. Youngs was central in the 6-yard box, but he was challenged for his header and it was gathered by Burbage in the Ware goal as Ware now build on the right flank. They get towards the byline, drill the ball into the penalty area and it's flicked behind by their number 17, the substitute, and it'll be a goal kick for Enfield Town. But Ware certainly very rapid on the counter-attack. They're blessed with jet heels paste in their number 7. A lot seems to go through him. Enfield are readying 3 substitutes, but play now continues with Enfield building from the back. Nembard slams the ball long. Burbage has come out of the Ware goal. He's headed it sensibly forward to his right back. Steph Giorgio brings it over halfway now. It's with the Ware right winger, the number 7. He stands up, Joe Payne, goes wide out to Giorgio again. Down by the corner flag for Ware. Neat little trickery with his feet, but he's gone out for a goal kick. And Enfield will make their substitutions. At least 4. There's at least 1 trialist, 2 trialists, I think. 17, Adji Hersey is coming on. Lewis Taff, Rhys Beckles-Richards. And then it looks like 2 trialists, numbers 14 and 19. So who's coming off? John Oyenugo's trotting this way, but that's not necessarily a sign he's coming off because he resides in these parts anyway, on the right wing. And Oyenuga does come off, that's one of the changes. Michael Fleavy, debutant, is coming across to this near side, having scored on debut. Sam Youngs is coming off. Joe Payne's coming off. Ollie Knight and Mickey Parcell. Fleavy, not sure, is he staying on or is he going off? Mickey Parcell, as ever, waving to the crowd, all smiles. Solid performance, Parcell. So the new look Enfield lineup has 2 trialists at the apex of attack. Taff is in midfield. Adji Hersey is now looking like he's going to be right midfield or right back. The Enfield appears still to have a back 4, so actually Hersey's wide on the right but quite deep, so looks like he'll be right back as Reece Forster restarts play with a goal kick up towards this near right hand side. Taps up on his head. Trialists number 14 and 19 hunt down possession. It's played back to the Ware goalkeeper. The clearance isn't the best, but it has gone to a Ware foot. It's now in the Ware right back position, looking to play out of trouble. Goes up the line towards halfway. Adji Hersey gets in well. Scott Thomas wearing the captain's armband in possession, plays it forward. Trialist number 14 is wrestled to the ground. Ware can play the ball forward towards number 17. Forster's come all the way to the edge of his area, stumbles, appeals from the Ware faithful that might have encroached outside his area, but the referee weighs it on and Enfield are in possession. So still trying to make sense of who's where, with Enfield featuring 2 trialists at the top of their attack. Beckles-Richards is wide on the left now. Throw will be taken Wide on the left, and a nice touch from Beckles-Richards, sits in the try list. Beckles-Richards now on the left-hand side of the area, tries to stab the ball into the area, and it's gone out behind for a goal, corner kick to Enfield. I think that's their first off the half, their fourth of the game. Good link-up play on the left. Person Alves has gone across wide on the left to take the corner. Oyanuga now looks to be playing as left back, with Adji Hersey right back. Alves delivers the corner low in towards the near post. It's hoiked way up into the air. It's not out of play. It's dangerous. And it's going to fall for the try list. He scores!